Hey everybody, how y'all doing? This is Carla with today's inspiration. And as always, I'm happy to be here to remind you and to encourage you that you can live every day on purpose. That is something I try to teach my children. And I have three children. Their ages 29, 28, and 17. It's Jerry Jr., Tiffany, and Anaya. And one thing I was thinking about today because I was reading some things, especially this devotional, I guess you would call it, written by Rick Warren. He's the author, he's the pastor and the author of the Purpose Driven Church and the Purpose Driven Life, and he writes a whole bunch of wonderful, inspirational, motivational, devotional information. He's an excellent teacher. And he's a pastor, of course. But one thing I was reading today was about affirming people, and he spoke about how people would do almost anything just to be accepted by you, and it made me think about my children, and our young people. I know that growing up, I never wanted to disappoint anyone. I never wanted to be a disappointment to my parents. And I always strived to impress them and make them proud of me. And as I grew up, I began to feel the pressure. And I didn't realize it was pressure, but I began to feel that because although my parents, they're deceased. Daddy, I was 19 when Daddy died, and 21 when Mama died. But she used to say things, which is true, and I said it to my children, and I believe it, and I still say it. Is that I am a reflection of her. My brothers and I were reflections of them. So whatever we do, whatever we look like, that points back to them as parents, and that is so true. The same with my children, and my children have an added pressure now because their dad is a preacher. And, that's the first thing people look at. That's the preacher's child. Actually, one time somebody at the church said that to Tiffany. It was something I forgot. But the lady was like, and you the preacher's daughter, and I got upset, but I thank God I didn't act on that. But people do that, and it puts pressure on our children. And I thought about it, but I don't want them to feel pressure from me. Yes, I expect great things from them. I expect greatness from them because I know greatness is in them. It's not patting myself so much on the back, but I know who I am. I know who God made me to be. I know where I come from. I know my parents. I know my family. I said it before at one of our family funerals, and at my uncle's funeral, Uncle Boy, when he died, and I said, saying to the family, I said, you can't be a Houston. That's my mama's side. You can't be a Houston and not know how to do anything. You got some kind of talent, some kind of gift. And, and we all agree because it's true. But that also does leave pressure on the children because they may feel, well, I can't do, or I'm not, I can't do this. They might feel like they can't measure up. But as a parent, I want my children to know that it's in them. And yes, again, I expect it from them because I know they can. But I take the approach, and I hope that they know this. I hope that they know that I already admire them and respect them. I've already seen what they could do. I already know what they can do. So they don't have to try to, do something to impress me. Just don't do anything to disappoint me. What I mean by that, this don't go out your way to do something wrong, period, because that's not necessary. Just live your life and be who you are, and I accept you as you are because you are me. How could I not accept you? You are who you are. You are mine. Just live your life. You don't have to try to do anything again to build me up. Just knowing just be who you are. You know what? I feel honored that God chose me to be their parents. I feel pressure. I feel like I need to up my game because there's so much goodness and greatness in them. Can I live up to being a mother of these children? Although they're grown now, it's still that's some pressure there too. But I want them to always know that I'm proud of them as they are and who they are. And they know I look up to them. I ask them for advice, and I trust their judgment, and I let them know all the time how proud I am of them. But I don't want them to feel pressured that they have to, feel that they have to do something to to just impress me. They don't need to do that because I'm already impressed. They were born. They grew up. They were awesome from babies. They're awesome as adults. I want us to let our children know that there are expectations. Don't ever let them think that they shouldn't do something, because if you don't expect great things from them, maybe great things won't come out of them. The great things that's already in them. But let them know that they can make that mark. Let them know that. But let them know that they're good as they are. They're wonderful as they are. Let them know how awesome they are. And let them know, encourage them to bring out what's in them. Encourage them to be their own person. Again, like I said, my kids their dad is a preacher. That don't mean that they have to be a preacher. That don't mean that little Jerry has to be a preacher. That don't mean I teach and I speak and I do Christian writing and all that. That don't mean my children have to do that. That may not be what they want to do. So they don't have to be me, because they can't be me. They should be who they are. I'm here. I am me. There didn't need to be another me. One is enough. Trust me. God made them. They're individuals. Let your children know that they're individuals. Let them be who they are. Encourage them. Encourage them. And be their cheerleader. Let them know you support them. You support their thinking. You support what they want to do, even if it's something you don't agree with. And that's hard, you know. But they need to know that. They need to know that. Let your children know that they are wonderful as they are, and as who they are, and that you love them, and that you are honored to be their parent. God bless you. Have a great day. This is Carla Widenix with today's inspiration.